Call to order the Board of County Commissioners regular meeting for December 10th, 2015. Welcome everybody, especially those of you from the DARE program and the Sheriff's Office. Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance and the salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I salute the flag of the state of New Mexico, the zeal symbol of perfect friendship among united cultures. Thank you very much. As you can tell, we're short-handed today. Commissioner Ramos had a family emergency and will not be here today. So you will just have Commissioner Hall and myself. So we expect this meeting to go a lot faster.
Does that say something against someone?
I'm just saying. Okay, approval of the regular meeting agenda. Commissioner Hall, did you have a change?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to approve it with one change. I'd like to move the DARE, which is under D, D, move that up to just after the public input.
And I'll second that motion. Any discussion on that motion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Can I get a motion to approve the regular meeting agenda as amended?
So moved.
Second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. At this time, we will stand for public input. Is there any public input today? Seeing none, we'll move on to item D. Sheriff Villanueva, would you please take over right now to honor the DARE graduates from the Cobre School District?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Commissioner Hall, and staff. I just wanted to present some of my staff that is participating in the DARE program. This is our 6th year that we've been in the schools doing this program for our community. And I would also like to thank the Cobre schools. They've been really supportive of this, every year. This year I was able to send two other instructors to become certified to teach this in the schools. So we've been able to move up thanks to a generous citizen that donates to this program. That has been very helpful to the community and to our children. So I'm thankful to this person that remains anonymous. But I do want to introduce my staff that is participating in this, and the lead person on this is Sergeant Frank Gomez, who's been doing this since we started it 6 years ago. And then I also have Deputy Cody Cooper, Deputy Manuel Maldonado, and Deputy Regan Aguirre that are now involved in this. But without the support of the schools, this would not be possible. So I really do want to thank them, and I would like to commend the children that have participated and been selected. All of them are winners for taking the program because it benefits them in their career as they get older and face difficult situations in these times. So, they're all winners, but, we want to award certain ones that put good essays together and really take this to heart. So, with that said, I'd like to introduce Sergeant Frank Gomez, who will take over the presentation and present the awards for the children. Sergeant. Thank you, sir. One thing I did forget to mention is one of my resident deputies, which is Bill Mice, has been real instrumental also in being involved in this program since the beginning. I won't say what duties he has, but he has been really instrumental, and we really appreciate what he has done for the program also. So thank you, guys.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, Administration, and audience.
Good morning.
First of all, we started this program 6 years ago, going on 7, when the sheriff was the interim, and he had asked myself and Deputy Cody Cooper. So we were sent to the Doña Ana County Sheriff's Department, where we received our 80 hours of certification. So since then, we've been going strong on DARE, the Cobre District, and we've picked up for 4 years in Harrison Smith. This year we're going to be working Cliff schools as well. So it's been going really positive. We're in a chapter kind of closing this year that back then our 6th grader, she is now a senior at Cobre High, Felicia Dominguez. And also I brought she was from San Lorenzo, and Amy Ryan was from Central Elementary, a 5th grade student who is a junior now at Cobre High. I'm going to introduce them, and they're going to talk a little bit about the DARE program.
19, where are you born?
Hi everyone, my name is Felicia Dominguez. I am a senior at Cobre High School. I am part of two clubs, which are Club of High School Ambassadors and Cobre High Restoration, and I am also part of the cheerleading team. I was a part of the DARE program when I was in 6th grade. DARE was fun and very educational. The DARE program impacted me a lot. Because of DARE program, I kept my grades up, so I am now top 5 in my class. DARE taught me many things, like how to say no to drugs and also how to walk away. I really enjoyed the program. DARE not only taught me how to say no to drugs and alcohol, but taught me how to handle peer pressure the correct way. Peer pressure happens just about every day, whether it's to do drugs or even to bully someone or something else. Because of DARE, I am not afraid to say no, even if it means I'm not one of the cool kids. Throughout high school and even after high school, I will use the lessons that were taught. I am thankful that I was privileged to be a part of this amazing program, and I hope it continues to benefit the younger generation.
Beautiful, thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Amy Ryan, and I really didn't prepare a speech for today, but I'm just going to talk. So, my name is Amy Ryan, and 6 years ago when I was in 5th grade, I won the essay contest, throughout the whole district. And I'm glad that the program is still around because I like that it gives the kids something to be excited about, and it teaches them good life skills that they can use, because I know that I still use them today. Being in 11th grade, I am a member of National Honor Society, Student Council, Art Club, and I'm a cheerleader. Yeah. I think DARE is good because the kids do learn a lot, and they learn, what dangers they can get into. And I think it's very important that they learn how to say no, because even through high school, I'm still peer pressured all the time, and I see all my friends being peer pressured all the time. And I'm glad that they can start young and learn, because I know it's helped me. So I'm glad that this program is still around in the district. Thank you.
Okay, appreciate it.
Sergeant?
So this year, on November 19th, we held our graduations for the Cobre 5th grades. We had 97 students that participated, which was the whole student body of the 5th grades for Cobre. And it turned out awesome. And I also brought them on. The one thing before I bring them up, I just thank the sheriff for giving me the opportunity and allowing us to do it. There's a sacrifice in it. We're in the patrol division. We do this and that, but it's an award. It's awarding seeing children, the rapport that it builds. And I know a lot of people, there's some that'll knock the DARE program and it doesn't work, but seeing these children's faces, their smiles, and it does work. It does work. And it's been awesome teaching it. I enjoy it. So if I can just start with our DARE essay winners. From Baird Elementary this year was Whitney Cuellar and Mia Angel.
Don't be shy.
From Central Elementary was Angelina Sanchez and Teresa Ariano. And our DARE essay winner for the district was Katie Chavez, and she was from San Lorenzo. And they're going to say just a little words as well. You want to start?
I think that the DARE program is a really amazing program for all children, and that I'm glad that I could attend it because it teaches you a lot about how to stay away from drugs and alcohol, and I'm glad that I could attend it for the second year, and I'm glad that I hope that it continues because it teaches kids a lot, and hope it continues.
Don't be shy, come on. Nobody talking to us and everybody wants to.
My experience in DARE was awesome. I love learning how to resist drugs and alcohol. Here are some things that can happen if you do or drink drugs and alcohol. If you do drugs, you could dry your skin and cause wrinkles, yellow your teeth and cause bad breath, messes with your brain, or you could die. If you drink alcohol, you could have memory loss, loss of coordination, loss of self-control, slow reflexes,
or poor judgment. Those are the effects of someone who is doing drugs and alcohol. In DARE, we also learned how to stop a bully. Our DARE officer said to stop a bully, we have to report to the teacher that we are getting bullied, or a bystander could tell a teacher that someone is bullying you. My DARE officer also said if someone is being bullied and you want to tell the teacher, but you are afraid that the bully will find out and start bullying you, you could send an anonymous note to the teacher that someone you know is being bullied, and you see that he or she is very sad and you don't want it to get worse. So that's why you wrote the note. And there they also told us that if we get bullied, we have a help network. Our DARE officer told us to write down the people in our help network that we know will help us stop the bully. There was a web in our book that we wrote down 6 people who would help us. I wrote down my mom, dad, teacher, principal, sisters, and my friends. That was my help network, and those people will help me if I'm being bullied. And there I learned how to define, assess, and respond. Those are some of the responses that my DARE officer taught me. I also learned some resistance strategies. Here are some: avoiding the situation, staying away from places where people do drugs, strength in number, hanging around with non-users, especially where drug use is expected, walking away, saying no and walking away, saying no while giving an excuse like I can't smoke because I would get in big trouble, changing the subject, like you want to smoke, no thanks, let's go play instead. He also taught me the 5 W's: who, what, when, where, why. He also told us how to communicate effectively, communication styles, confident communication, and what should they do. Those are some things our DARE officer taught us. I love DARE and I wish it lasted longer.
Thank you very much.
Have you heard of DARE? Well, it teaches you life lessons on not to do drugs. It slows down your brain and body. So if I were you, I would say no to drugs. I would say no to drugs because they are very bad for you and your body. Now I'm going to talk to you about what can happen to you if you do drugs. Did you know it is illegal for anyone under the age of 21 that does drugs? Then it affects them even more. Another thing is, there are more than 200 known harmful chemicals in cigarette smoke. There are more than 400,000 Americans that die from tobacco-related causes each year. Smoking can cause yellow teeth and smelly breath. It is illegal to sell tobacco to anyone under the age of 18. There are 75,000 alcohol-related deaths each year in the U.S. 2 health effects of alcohol use are memory loss and poor judgment. Say you were doing your homework and someone asked to copy off it, and it was your best friend. Would you make a good choice and say no, or make a poor choice and say yes? I think that if that was a true friend, I don't think they would want to copy off your homework. If someone offers you drugs, here is what you can do. You can say no and walk away, because if you're still a kid, it is illegal for anyone under the age of 21, and it will affect you worse than a person over the age of 21. Another thing is, you can say that you have to go eat dinner, or your mom or dad will get really, really mad at you if you were late for dinner. Or you can change the subject to something else. If you see someone getting bullied, please tell an adult, but don't tattle by telling an adult about something not important. If you tell a lie to someone and they found out that it was a lie, then you would really need, and then whenever you really need to tell them something important, they're not going to believe you because they know that you lie. So they're going to think it is a lie too. So that's why you don't tell lies to someone. Okay, my DARE essay is almost over, but I bet you have been wondering what DARE stands for. The D stands for define, which means describe the problem, challenge, or opportunity. The A stands for assess, which means what are your choices. The R stands for respond, which means make a choice, use the facts and information you have gathered. And the E stands for evaluate, which means review your decision. Did you make a good choice? If you are in 4th grade, just to tell you, DARE is really fun, that I wish I had it until I go to college. So I can learn more and more about DARE and to learn life lessons on to defend myself when someone asks me to do drugs. I know what to do, and I can make an excuse or say no and walk away. This is the end of my DARE essay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I think there is fun, and they taught me how to deal with peer pressure and what to do if I see bullying. I hope it can go on, and for the kids to learn how to say no to drugs and alcohol.
Thank you. Good job.
Before we close, I just want to say thank you again to the sheriff and for you all for the support that we get. Kobe Schools, we closed out our DARE program for this year till the following semester, but to thanking them for the administration, principals, and our DARE teachers taking the time and giving us that allotted time that we go and teach the classes. And again, here in January, we'll kick off with Harrison Smith, Calvary Chapel, and Cliff Schools. So we're looking forward to that. It's been really neat. And our sponsors, I mean, without our sponsors, we do a 10-week curriculum. We throw a pizza party for every 5th grade. We buy about numerous pizzas, and we award a mountain bike to the top essay winner. And without the monetary donations that we get from our sponsors or the anonymous sponsors, it's been awesome. So again, thank you all so much for everything and your support, sir. Thank you. And one last thing before we close, there is someone that wants to meet you all. He wanted to come and say hi. I told him no animals were allowed, but
Is it a permit from the sheriff?
I think we're talking about having a
Yes.
You guys been pumping iron too,
So just to close it out, I think we need to recognize everybody and give them a big round of applause because they've done a lot of good work and good deals for the community. So good job, everybody.
Good job. Yeah, you teach me how to talk to
Honestly, in here, there was better on congratulations on those guys.
Good work. You are. 25 years. Well, Kevin,
Those are good.
yeah, you
I always thought Lions had to get back to this.
You want one of these, sir? You know, before you go, I want to thank you guys for all what you do. I was thinking about how many years ago I was in charge of that. That was 30-something years ago, and I'm glad to see it still going in some great hands, and your participants are just outstanding. I know what you mean, Sergeant, whenever it says the real reward is talking to these kids and being around them. Because as soon as being a police officer, you see the worst of the worst, and then you deal with these guys, and it just makes it, hey, it's worth it. It's worth it. So great job. You do a great job for the community, and I support there.
Okay, next item on the agenda is minutes. Approve or disapprove November 12th, 2015 regular meeting minutes.
Motion to approve.
Motion, second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Financial reports, item B. Approve or disapprove December 7th, 2015 expenditure report. Linda, would you go ahead and go over that for the...
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. You have an expenditure report approval in your packet for AP checks totaling $1,241,567.55. And included in that total is a check to Engineers Incorporated in the amount of $6,749.96, and it's for engineering services on the North Hurley wastewater project. A check to Ride Express Fleet Services in the amount of $22,056.67, and this is for the October 2015 fuel. A check to Stroven Construction in the amount of $89,778, and this is for payment number 1 for the construction and remodel at the conference center. A check to Fellow Brothers Incorporated in the amount of $20,259.93, and this is for 3,500 tons of base course that is being used at the Rosedale Road project. A check to Ascent Aviation in the amount of $34,286.25, and this is for fuel for the month. And a check to Creative Bus Sales in the amount of $18,412.80, and this is for a 2015 passenger bus for Correcaminos. A check to Motorola Incorporated in the amount of $10,300.50, and this is for 6 handheld radios to be used by the Whiskey Creek Volunteer Fire Department. A check to Southwest Solid Waste Authority in the amount of $50,643.76, and this is for the tipping fees for the month of November, and to purchase the recycle bins. And a check to Gila Regional Medical Center Foundation in the amount of $24,390.15, and this is to revert some funds to them, back to them. And a check to Wells Fargo in the amount of $17,616.72, and this is for the November 2015 P card purchases, which are miscellaneous items, operating expense items. Then we have payroll checks for pay period 23 and 24, and the clothing allowance, and it's for a total of $469,442.91, making it a total sum of expenditure approvals of $1,711,010.46.
Thank you, Linda.
Thank
Can I
you.
get a motion?
Motion to approve December 7th, 2015 expenditure report.
And I second that. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. New business. Approve or disapprove one board member to the Gila Regional Medical Center Board of Trustees. I move to appoint Rudy Martinez to the board of trustees. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Didn't think you would have to make all the motions. Okay. We've done that one. Approve or disapprove the vehicle transfer of a 2010 Dodge Ram 4x4 from Fire Management Office to the Public Works Department.
Motion to approve as stated by the chair.
And I'll second that motion. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Approve or disapprove the Santa Rita Volunteer Fire Department PERA Adjusted Qualification Report and Record Form. The following volunteer firefighters are Randy Teague, Lonnie Bornfield, Mark Standard, and Judas Standard.
Motion to approve as stated by the chair.
And I'll second that motion. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Approve or disapprove Pinos Altos Volunteer Fire Department PERA Adjusted Qualification Report and Record Form. The following volunteer firefighters are Susan Austin, Ernest Booth, Philip Clark, Ellen Klein, Ryan Coleman, Lyndon Davia, Amos England, Art Faulkner, Robert Gosney, James Kane, Terrell Lane, David Montz, Michael Mormon, Pamela Mormon, Donald Perkins, Stephen White, and Lucy Whitmarsh.
Motion approved, stated by the chair.
There's a motion and a second, or I second it. There's a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. This is a little odd when we have it as I get out of my cadence. Okay, item H. This was added on the agenda, this is to approve or disapprove the 2016 County Commission meeting dates. We've all agreed that one meeting a month is satisfactory to do the business of the county. The clerk's office has commended us for going to one meeting a month. And I guess my question is, does staff or other electeds that are here have any opinion on whether or not it should be the third Thursday or the second, the Thursday after the second Tuesday? Does anybody have any opinion on that? The one, option B, completely misses every election. That's a plus.
Which one does? Oh, yeah, it does. B. Third Thursdays.
Do you have an opinion? She has no opinion.
Well, I like the third because it's split the month, and if you're just going to have one meeting a month, then
So she has.
I agree.
I guess if you have an opinion.
Make a motion to approve under option B, the 2016 County Commission meeting dates.
And I'll second that motion. Any discussion? Option B? It would be the third Thursday.
Third Thursday, and the dates,
Is it actually the third Thursday, or is it the,
set third Thursday.
that's what it says, but is it the, oh, it would be the, okay,
Yeah, Tuesday and Thursday.
right.
I have, you can have this, Mary Alice.
I will make you a copy of this.
So all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Contracts and agreements. Approve and disapprove agreement number A1543, the State of New Mexico Department of Finance Administration for capital appropriation grant agreement 150782, Grant County Gila Regional Medical Center. We went over this on Thursday in great detail.
Make a motion to approve agreement A1543.
Second that motion. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Page 2. Approve or disapprove agreement number A1544, the State of New Mexico Department of Finance and Administration for the DWI grant agreement amendments. Number 1 for the project 16DJG10.
Motion to approve agreement A1544.
The motion, and I second that motion. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Approve or disapprove agreement number A1545, amendment to the Juvenile Detention Center contract with McKinley County Juvenile Detention Center. I see we made the headlines with that one.
Yeah. Motion to approve agreement A1545.
The motion, I'll second that motion. Is there any discussion on that? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. We have to house those juveniles somewhere, whether it costs us more or not. Item L. This is the approve or disapprove agreement number A1546, New Mexico Department of Transportation Aviation Grant Agreement for the Grant County Airport.
Certainly, I approve, motion to approve that, A1546.
And that's a $81,000 grant from the state, where our match is $9,000. And I'll second that motion. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Approve or disapprove bid in IFBB 1504, Grant County Courthouse electrical upgrade. This was a pleasant surprise. we felt as though this was going to be a lot more money. The recommendation is to Limco Electric be awarded the project for $118,977 plus New Mexico gross receipts.
And it was estimated to be 260. So that is a good deal. Motion to approve bid IFB B1504.
And I'll second that motion. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. To resolutions. We went over these on Tuesday also. Approve or disapprove Resolution R-1542. This resolution supports the 2016 legislative priorities of the New Mexico Association of Counties.
Motion to approve R-1542.
There's a motion, and I'll second that motion. Just for the record, those are to restore detention center funding, support funding for a statewide emergency medical service assessment, funding for the New Mexico 3D elevation program, and for gross receipts tax reform. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Item O. Approve or disapprove Resolution R-1543, a resolution authorizing the execution and delivery of a Colonias Infrastructure Project 3351 CIF Fund Loan Grant Agreement and an intercept agreement for the community of North Hurley by and among the New Mexico Colonias Infrastructure Board and the New Mexico Finance Authority and Grant County.
I hope the resolution has Hurley spelled right. Motion to approve Resolution R-1543.
I second that motion. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion, okay, passes. Approve or disapprove Resolution R-1544, a resolution authorizing the execution and delivery of Colonias Infrastructure Project 3352 CIF Fund Loan Grant Agreement and Intercept Agreement for the community of Tyrone by and among the New Mexico Finance Authority and Grant County, and that's ADA sidewalk additions.
Motion to approve R-1544.
And I second that motion. Is there any discussion on that motion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Item Q, approve or disapprove Resolution R-1545 to adopt the Grant County Airport Action Plan, including the draft airport layout plan updated to be submitted to the FAA.
Motion to approve R-1545.
There's a motion. I'll second that motion. Is there any discussion? I just want to say thanks to Charlene, Randy, and Justin for working. It's been a full year of meetings on the action plan, and it's probably about a 20-year plan, if I remember correctly. It's got a lot of additions and changes to the
Very
airport.
impressive, too. If you get a chance to look at it, because it's a lot of work, and it's a fine piece of work.
It is. It's a good plan, and I think it's a plan that'll stand the test of time.
And economical, too, once we get all that going.
So, any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Item R, approve or disapprove Resolution R-1546, notice of intent to consider an ordinance amending the dedication of a county local option gross receipts tax.
Motion to approve Resolution R-1546.
I move to, I second that motion. I'm really confused now. All right, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Item S, approve or disapprove Resolution R-1547, a resolution authorizing and approving submission of a completed application for financial assistance and project approval to the New Mexico Finance Authority for the Santa Rita Fire Station.
Motion to approve R-1547.
And I'll second that motion. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Glad that one is finally happening. Approve or disapprove Resolution R-1548, a resolution authorizing and approving submission of a completed application for financial assistance and project approval to the New Mexico Finance Authority for the Loma Verde Subdivision Assessment District 2. I'm glad this one's coming to fruition also.
Exactly. I'll say that, but I wouldn't maybe say that for Lynn Canyon, but we're excited about the movement.
I'll move to approve
Okay.
R-1548.
And I'll second that.
There's a motion and a second to approve R-1548. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Approve or disapprove Resolution R-1549. This is a resolution authorizing and approving a submission of completed application for financial assistance and project approval to the New Mexico Finance Authority to purchase of a brush truck for the Fort Baird Volunteer Fire Department. We added that on Tuesday.
Motion to approve Resolution R-1549.
The motion is second to approve R-1549. Is there any discussion on that motion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Approve or disapprove Resolution R-1550, a resolution setting assessment roll hearing for the Loma Verde subdivision. We also added that on Tuesday.
Motion to approve
The motion and
R-1550.
and I second that motion. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Yeah?
Choose a date.
You want to choose a date? I guess that would be January 14th.
What's today's date? Today's the 10th.
Choose the date, and then if we need to change it, we can.
Yeah, we could do that one.
Well, the 14th is our next regular.
Just in case something happens, we can't have it on the date, we could always change it.
Today's the 10th. You needed 30 days?
I believe it's 30 days.
Okay. Okay. So,
It's not the February conference for the January. 14th. I'll do that.
that's why we're going to give you a list of
Thank you,
exactly
Mary
when the
Ellen.
meetings are. Yeah, the 14th would be a hard one to be Thursday. So, all right, so that would be the January 14th. So there's a motion to approve R-1550 and set the date on January 15th, and I seconded that motion. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. At this time, I would take a motion to recess the Board of County Commissioners.
So moved.
A second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Call to order the Grant County Indigent Health Plan Claims Board. I can get to it. Okay. Approve or disapprove the health plan claims for October 2015. There were 35 claims at $29,943.
Motion to approve the claim 29,943.
Okay. And I second that motion. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Approve or disapprove health plan claims indigent fund for November 2015. And there were 41 claims for $45,792.36 and one ambulance claim for $820.79 for a total of $46,613.15.
Motion to approve the claims of $46,613.15.
And I'll second that motion. There's a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Takes two of us. Aye. Motion passes. Recess, can I get a motion to recess the Grant County Indigent and Health Plan Claims Board, or adjourn, I guess?
So moved.
Second, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Motion passes. That really needs to be adjourned. Okay, call back to order the Grant County Board of Commissioners, and we stand for Commissioner comments. Commissioner Hall?
First comment I'd like to make is that our treasurer, Steve, asked me to make, this was passed out, his 2015 property tax reports through 07 of December of 15, At the very bottom of that report was a note he wanted me to bring forward to you, is please remind the public that Thursday, the 10th of December 2015 is the deadline for paying the first half of 2015 property taxes without penalty and interest. And he said, thank you and Merry Christmas.
There you go.
Now for my report. Well, we finished our animal control ordinance. First of all, I'd like to thank my committee members. You talk about a hard-working group of people. They were. And they were Gilbert Hilton, G.G. Slough, Heidi Ogas, Marshall Moore, Buddy Howard, and Judge Laney. And so I want to thank them for their hard work. Now the draft or the proposed ordinance has been completed and turned over for review to our attorney, after which we will begin the process of amending the old ordinance and passing a new one, we hope. Also, I wanted to thank the other counties who shared their information with us, which was all over the state of New Mexico, from Santa Fe to the eastern part of the state, Bernalillo, Eddy County. There was a draft that was put together several years ago by the High Desert, and we used theirs too, and of course we looked at our old ordinance. And so that's in the mill, and Abby's working on it. Yeah, and once the process is started, then of course the public will receive notice of that process and when we're going to be dealing with it. I also attended the Silver City Grand County Chamber of Commerce Awards, and I want to congratulate the recipients, all of them, the leaders in our community and stuff, and and also I want to thank the chamber itself. I'm really glad they brought this back. I think it's important to recognize our citizens, our businesses and such who do a great job and makes this a better community to live. TUCASA, we hope to be located at the 4 acres behind the New Mexico Human Services Income Support. That's on 32nd Street bypass. The town of Silver City, Assistant City Manager James Marshall has been working on an application for the state land, which that is, on that location. He had to go through 2 appraisers to get it taken care of. And it's really longer than we wanted to, but now the application is done and completed, and it's been turned into the state of New Mexico for their review, and we hope that they approve it. Also, I just want to thank James and the support of the town of Silver City as partners in this endeavor. It's something that's going to be important to all of us. Also attended a dispatch meeting and did our business. Other than that, just phone calls and meetings around Grand County and talking to citizens and spending time with grandkids. It's my job.
So I was fortunate enough to get to meet with Freeport-McMoRan's management, along with the manager, Charlene, and the Mayor Baird and the Mayor Pro Tem or maybe it was the clerk of Santa Clara. And we got to talk a little bit about copper pricing and what they see in the future and what they saw in the future for employment. They feel as though with the last moves they made, that they're really sitting in a strong position to where there will not need to be further layoffs. Now, I will tell you that copper was not at $2 when they told me that, but they also felt as though they were in the 50% range of producers in the world of their copper producing price. So they felt as though there would be a lot of producers go out of business or stop producing prior to them having to curtail any further. So I took that as positive for Grant County. Anything the mines do that impact employment is big of an employer as they are, we have to pay attention to. Not only that, but the county's revenues are also somewhat derived from copper pricing, and they actually felt as though our revenues were going to go up because they were going to produce more at Chino this year than they produced at Chino and Tyrone last year. That was good news for Charlene and I, because DFA had made us change our budget downward to about $300,000, which made us a little worried. $300,000 in the county is a lot of money. Other than that, the convention center, if you get a chance, just walk by. You've never seen since Walmart built that building, you hadn't seen a building that big and open and with nothing in it. It's kind of odd. And I'm very happy to see that the fire department is being built there in Hanover for the Santa Rita Volunteer Fire Department. That's going to be a great addition. So if anybody else has anything, that'd be great. Otherwise, we take a motion to adjourn.
So adjourned.
Second that motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion passes.